your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hit us up on the 8th Flooring Center chat line with whatever you got. We do have, it's still there today.
A cup date.
For our cup date.
That's good.
Do we know the drink inside it yet? That's the next task.
Yeah.
We started taking bets around here.
Or is it just concrete?
Just sand.
I mean, it's Lubbock, Texas, and that Sonic Cup hasn't blown over. I mean, that's just hard to imagine.
I thought about it all weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. Maybe not all weekend, but I really did think about it a couple
I told
times.
The family at the house the story. They thought it was funny.
It's like, hey, should we get a Route 44 and not touch it and leave it in front of our garage for a month?
I think my favorite part was when our texter said he had pots blow over and that thing was still standing. Like, you could see that there was like anger in that text. You could sense it.
I really hope we have 2 listeners here, and whoever is in charge of the cup is also a listener, and it's just like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
My cup is famous.
This on the 8th Flooring Center chat line. D5 never wanted to leave. That being said, his dad pushed him, and $4 million for a kid who was likely not an NBA player is life-changing. Had a terrible experience at NC State. Texas Tech is who he is, and we should appreciate him. Yeah, so I
definitely appreciate his game. I just didn't appreciate all that came with him his second year here.
I didn't mean to make it seem like there wasn't anything there between, the coaching staff and Darrion Williams, because clearly that there was some frustration, but I didn't know if it was to the full-blown, you'll never step foot here, or like if Grant McCaslin crossed Darrion Williams' path, you just clothesline him or something like that.
Yeah, I think that every coach at times is frustrated with a group of players or a singular player.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, especially in basketball, where there's only 12 or 13 of them on the roster, right? I think that happens all the time, right? And you may say, a head coach may say, well, our guards have got to play better. You don't specifically say, well, Bob has to play better. Mm-hmm. Bob's got to make his threes. A coach will say, man, we got to shoot better from the perimeter, or, we just, collectively as a group, we got to do blah, 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 blah. You don't usually hear them call them out. So that's why it was so surprising when Coach McCaslin did what he did. Now, he didn't say any names, but everybody knew what he was talking about. Okay?
Yeah.
You had one kid that was given just fighting to get back, and ultimately when he tried to get back and couldn't play, was out there crying because it meant so much to him, which was later on. It wasn't that night, but then and that night where you have a Monday night game, big Monday game against Houston, and it's a massive game for the standings in the Big 12 and all that. Clearly, he made it very well known that his quote-unquote star player just decided he didn't want to play. Okay? He didn't, he wasn't like, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to be mad, and I'm going to yell about it to my assistants in the locker room or in our meeting, or yell about it in the locker room to the players. He went to the media with that. That's a coach who's not like, No, that's a coach who's fired up. Like, I'm ready to be done with this.
And it wasn't like, there's no way that he just jumped to the media first. Like, first sign, he was like, I'm going, because Grant McCaslin, we know, is a coach that gets into his players. We can see it on the sideline, so I highly doubt it was just like, all right.
Yeah. Here's the thing. In that situation, the problem is Darrion Williams has become a bit of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A bit of the norm. Because, we hear about load management and all that stuff, right? At the NBA level. and then you saw this year with your friend at Kansas. Okay. I mean, it's just.
Hey man, those cramps were real.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe the norm is too small or too strong of a word to use. Okay. But like.
It's a common story.
It's becoming more common.
Yeah.
Okay. Where guys just feel like, yeah, I'm not 100%, I'm not feeling it, whatever. I'm just going to take this one off. But the problem is old people like me, they're like, what are we going to do? We're gonna criticize LeBron for taking off as many nights as he does, and you're like, go look at Michael Jordan's career. That dude would have killed. I mean, you'd have to put him down to make him miss a game. I don't care if it's a regular season game. MJ wasn't missing games. Mm-hmm. It's just different. Athletes are made differently now. People are made different now. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's where, again, the older generation just looks back to guys in my day didn't do that. Mm-hmm. They played all 82, and they played every playoff game. And here's a young kid who plays a season that has 35 games in it. Was there a bigger game in the regular season than Houston on Big Monday?
No.
And you're taking that one off?
I
if you're hurt, you're hurt. If you're hurt, you're hurt. But the coach clearly didn't think he was hurt.
Right. And I think what you noted there is it doesn't really matter what the game is whenever you have certain players. And here's the other thing: certain circles, whether it be an agent or parents or whoever is the biggest influence that's not on that coaching staff in a kid's ear, sometimes that plays the biggest factor, and so it doesn't really matter what game it is whenever they decide, hey, that's the game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Clint. You're absolutely right.
And that's where I think it's really tough because, yes, we should be treating them like adults. We're certainly paying them like adults, but I do think sometimes we forget that they are very easily influenced kids still. And that's not to say, hey, anything that they do should be forgiven, because you can just throw the parent or whoever it is under the bus. But I do think that's something to remember. And I don't know what the full story was behind the scenes with Darrion Williams. For me, I'm more focused on, I thought that he would have been back, could have been back in another world had other things play out. Like, to start, like if JT Toppin had moved on to the NBA, then I think you have a few more reserve funds and you're a little more willing to probably give him what it seemed like he was asking for.
You're talking about last season.
Yes. And the other thing too is, for him, it felt like by the time he really was like, oh, I really do want to go back and my options are thinning. Well, on your side, like you had to fill a roster.
Yeah.
And that's where I think had things played out a little quicker, that there's absolutely a world where he's back last year. Now, is it highly likely? I don't know what the percentage is, but obviously it didn't play out that way. Mm-hmm. More Morning Drive coming up next.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
On this day, you got the Morning Drive here, July 21st, and here's Jeff McGuire.
Starting us off, 1945. Detroit Tigers and the Philadelphia A's play 24 innings to a 1-1 tie.
Was this like a lights thing? Why did we play to a tie?
In 45? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what my guess was.
Weird.
1963 PGA Championship men's golf at the Dallas Athletic Club. Jack Nicklaus wins his 5th PGA Championship by 2 shots over fellow American Dave Reagan. 1973, Braves Hank Aaron hits Philadelphia Phillies Ken Brent's fastball for his 700th career home run in Atlanta. 1996, some guy named Wayne Gretzky, he signs a 2-year deal with the New York Rangers. And in 2017, former Red Raider A.J. Ramos gets save number 18 on the year for the Marlins in a 3-1 win over the Reds.
Shout out A.J.
Gentlemen,
nice.
It is National Junk Food Day.
Woo!
Let's go.
Hey, if you say junk food, like, what's the first
ingredient? Sugar.
Okay. I was going to say, what's like the first item that you think of? Because sugar would mean that you're leaning sweet there.
Yes.
So you don't go fast food for junk food? That's different?
No, that's a different. That's fast food is fast food.
Okay.
I know it's not great food, but they get split.
Well, I think it is.
Yeah,
it's delicious sometimes.
when I think junk food, Jamie, I think of one of your favorite meal combos. And I don't know if the Golden Arches is like your favorite place for that, but I specifically think of like burger and fries.
Okay. That's junk food
from the
to you?
Dons. That's the first thing I think of with junk food.
I think I don't.
But fast food, obviously.
Yeah.
Same
I don't
thing.
think I go fast food. I think junk food to me is, I think potato chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doritos would probably be second on that list if I think junk food.
Yeah.
I point toward like Ding Dongs, Nutter Butters, Twinkies.
You could point
the
to
list.
2 Ding Dongs right now if you
Yeah.
just put your hand up.
It's just all the pet names that Jeff calls his girlfriends.
Ooh, I don't.
Yeah.
Hey, Nutter Butters. Hey, little Debbie. What are you doing?
I've never called a girlfriend Twinkie. That would be weird.
What up, Cinnamon Bun?
Happy birthday to John Lovett, who's 69. DeAndre Jordan is 38. David Carr, 47. And CeCe Sabathia is 46.
Way to go, CC.
David Carr. David Carr. Is that who you said?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, Derek Carr?
No,
Yeah.
David Carr.
There we go. That doesn't make sense.
And on this day in 1861, the first major land battle of the Civil War. A large Union force under General Ivan McDowell is routed at the First Battle of Bull Run by Confederate Army under General Pierre G.T. Beauregard. Why is it the First Battle of Bull Run? Because there would later be a second Battle of Bull Run. And that is this day in sports history.
Yeah, that timeline checks out. You're going to call something the first.
Yes, it does.
They actually didn't call it the First Battle of Bull Run until after the war.
That's
Well, no,
they
it had
didn't start out with
it had a different name
Yeah.
at the time, even. And I only know that I can't believe I remember this from this stupid show. Were you guys ever into the Encyclopedia Brown books?
Meh.
It was basically like a kid Sherlock Holmes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, never heard of it.
And he got someone turns in this sword for his the Confederate side. It turned into sword of the great efforts at the First Battle of Bull Run. Well, that's not what the Confederates called it. They called it something else, and the date was before the second battle. So I can't remember. I remember that's stupid books. That's this day in sports history.
Thank you, Jeff. Bullfighter said Clint is junk food. I don't know how to take that. Like, so I mean, I'm a snack, as the kids say.
Hey, everybody enjoys junk food.
Yeah.
So that means everybody enjoys Clint.
It's also kind of like a guilty pleasure, though, so I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't feel guilty about junk food.
Really?
No.
Man, I do.
Life is too short not to have a Twinkie.
Oh, I still have them, but you know, maybe this is I felt the change into the 30s because that's when I started regretting it. Like the
It's funny how that works,
9
right?
p.m. ding dong or whatever. Sooner in Lubbock said, I think of potato chips and Little Debbie's.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you know the
Man, I haven't had any kind of Little Debbie snack in forever.
what's your go-to?
I don't know.
I
mean, is there a difference? I love Little Debbie's. Is there a difference?
The oatmeal
cream pie?
Cream pie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I would take some of the cream out of the middle, though. There's too much.
What?
It's too much. Yeah.
So you like, did you actually do that?
Yes,
Like
yes,
a
I would like-
psychopath peeling apart your oatmeal cream pie like an Oreo? So you just
Scrape some off. Yeah, put it on a napkin. Just run it across the napkin to get rid of some of it. It was just too much. I want to taste the oatmeal, Clint.
I don't know how, if we were sitting here, I don't know how I would react to that if I just saw you taking it apart.
We need to have a poll by our listening audience. What makes you more of a psychopath? That you do that? Or that you don't have a Christmas tree?
I can't have a Christmas tree. There are beings that are a foot tall that live in our house that have deemed it impossible to have a Christmas tree. And I've seen all the like, why don't you just hang it on your roof? Why don't you just put chicken wire around it? Because I don't want to put that much effort into it. We have the Christmas door. There's ornaments up. They're safe. It counts. We still feel the Christmas joy even without limbs.
I think we've figured out who the bigger psychopath is.
I mean,
No, dude. Well, seriously, when I see like you got cats, do this, and they're like hanging it from like the light fixture, like no, that's so much more work.
That does seem like a lot of effort.
I had cats growing up almost our entire life.
Mm-hmm.
We never had a problem with a cat in the Christmas tree. I don't know why.
There's just one, and we could hear the exact moment when he was like he was still a kitten. Hear the exact moment that it was going to be a problem, because it was seriously at like 2 a.m. and we kind of had the lights from the Christmas tree coming out, and so you can see it slightly in the hallway in the in hardwood floor. And the moment that I knew was when I heard like and
So it
was
jumped
him
into
sprinting,
the tree.
jumping into the tree, breaking ornaments. Like, yeah, this is gonna be a problem.
Did your lights change colors so it looked like there was motion in there?
No, it was just we just had the little orangey yellow lights that it had that option, but we just had it not moving.
If you're trying to get rid of a cat, or if you're trying to keep a cat off of something, aren't you supposed to like spray vinegar or something? Why don't you spray vinegar on your Christmas tree?
On the cat, so it stays away from everything.
See, I was always told you just put a box next to the Christmas tree with a towel on the bottom of it, and the cat will go to the box. Because if there's a box the cat fits in, he's going to sit in the box.
That part's true, but eventually they have the same patience as me. Eventually they will move on to something and be more destructive. I will not be reading any of the Christmas tree ones, but I'll read this one. Taking cream off oatmeal cream pie makes you a psychopath. Yeah, don't deflect. That was expert, professional deflecting.
In fairness to Clint as well, he lives in an apartment, and I did not have a tree until I had a house.
And we're not going to put a full-size tree in the apartment. And,
Yeah.
like, the tree that we had was, like, a little Brennan-sized tree. It was, like, 3.5.
I tell you what, Clint, I don't feel bad about it because per capita, I think the Double T 97.3/100.7, the score staff, probably averages 3 Christmas trees per household.
Yeah.
Because of Choice Woodman.
Choice and Jamie. Okay.
Are they going to say around here in the building around Christmas tree, it's like a forest. There's trees everywhere you look. It's pretty impressive.
I think there's every bit of 5 or 6 in our house. I'm not really sure.
Really? What are they? Is that you just have an entire storage unit dedicated to trees?
I have an attic.
Jam-packed. It is morning drive. We'll take apart more Little Debbie snacks on the other side.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
It is the morning drive here on Double T 97.3. Thanks for making us a part of your Tuesday morning. I have Rangers and White Sox continuing their series tonight at 6:30 here on Double T 97.3. Astros and Marlins going head-to-head again as well, 6:40, 100.7 the score. Hey, next Tuesday, the Rangers and the Rays will play at 5 o'clock. The Astros and Angels will play at 8:10 and 100.7 the score.
Tough series there for the Rangers. The Rays team leading the East.
And it's going to be a good one. You got a week to get ready for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You better do better against the White Sox tonight.
Yeah, start there. There.
I am so mad at the game last night. So mad. White Sox chase Jacob deGrom, who was a really good pitcher. Mm-hmm. Couldn't get 2 runs for Davis Martin on Saturday. Same offense.
Scored 10.
I was curious why, as a White Sox fan, you were upset with the result.
Yeah.
I see.
I see. You can chase one of the better pitchers in baseball. Can't get your guy 2 runs. I'm not asking for 10 runs on Saturday. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm asking for. 2!
Heck, 1 would have been nice so he didn't take an L.
Well, I still want
Do you
to
think
win.
that was the post-game speech after a 10-3 win?
Yes, I think that's exactly
Like
what
he
it was.
brought Davis Martin up in front of the group. It's just
Yes,
like,
Davis deserves better than you people.
I don't love it because it wouldn't matter who it was in the division, but as a Royals fan who's just watching their team just swirl the drain for the last 2.5 months. I forget how long it's been now that they have just been disappointing. It is fun though. Chicago the Chicago White Sox just having a good year. I don't even how would you label it? It's not even ahead of schedule, is it? It's just more of a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some young talent there. Definitely a surprise, and definitely ahead of schedule. But I don't know. I think surprise would just be the way to say it.
Yeah.
And Davis is a big part of that. I mean, pitching the way he has. You
remember last year? I mean, there's conversations like, "Hey, can he pitch well enough to get out of there?" Jeff, I don't know if you were saying this.
I was, yeah. I was hoping that he would have been traded in the offseason.
Because he was not getting any run support,
And he wasn't getting any run support, and he's not going to get paid with that organization. So let's send him somewhere at least where he can get paid.
It's very big of you.
Well, I like Red Raiders making money.
I've never wanted what was best for any of the players I rooted for if they stayed home.
As I will still be a White Sox fan after Davis Martin leaves.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know that I'll ever stop being a Davis Martin fan.
Yeah.
Like, period.
Easy guy to root for.
Mm-hmm. Because you also can't imagine that he's going to be the type of guy, even if this were to happen, you could still root for like a Red Raider or whatever when they moved on. But he doesn't seem like the guy, even if he did leave the White Sox, it would be in some like, I'm trashing the organization on top of it. And, you know, if you're a Red Raider fan, you'll still like me. But if you're just a White Sox fan, I'm going to leave in a way that you will never root for me again. I can't imagine he would, in any world, leave like that.
Yeah, no, I can't see that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an Eagles fan that I like. Yeah. That should tell you how much I like Davis Martin.
I was just about to say, he might demand to get traded to Philadelphia so he could easier access to Eagles games.
That's really funny. Jamie, I have a quote for you. Do you like much of J.D. Pickles stuff there with On 3?
I don't know who J.D. Pickles is.
He just, I guess you just call him kind of a podcaster.
Okay.
I enjoy some of his stuff. He's just he's kind of the Josh Pate type of guy.
All right.
It's kind of what his MO is. I don't always love his takes, but this one I really enjoyed because it's not about a team or breaking down a roster or anything like that. It's a college football pet peeve that he's pulled from his life and then seeing from his audience. I think he played at Baylor. So, anyways, the fan side, he said, "Don't try and cheer your friend up after a loss. There's nothing you can do. You'll only make the pain worse. And do not apologize."
That's a hard lesson to learn. I think I've learned it with Jamie. It's a hard lesson to
learn. That's interesting. Yeah. Don't try to cheer him up. Yeah, you just... If your friend takes it hard, you just have to let time pass or whatever, and they'll get over it.
I don't even want to talk about the game. Most losses, I just want to stew silently.
Yeah, it's a great time to take a walk after your team loses. It really is. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to cheer somebody up after a loss in that regard, like that makes them forget it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I think that fans should appreciate the effort that their friend is trying to make, you know, like, but I think most fans would rather just leave me alone. Just let me be miserable and get past this, you know, a little bit.
Well, I'm just curious because I have been wired this way, but I didn't realize, and again, this is just one person saying this, and then just one list of responses of like, ding, 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 ding. But I was like, oh, so it's not like, I mean, I'm weird in other ways, but I guess I'm not weird in this way.
That's why it's the whole deal with me. I mean, I just need time. I just needed to other things to come into my mind, and it'll slip away, and it'll become easier, and all that good stuff. But that's where I don't get. Like, people who are friends, like truly friends. If you and I are friends, Clint, notice I said if you and I are friends, I'm just kidding, and your favorite team loses, and I want to pile on and be like, oh yeah, great game by the Chiefs there, Clint,
Yeah.
but truly feel like, hey, we're friends.
Yeah.
Because like what you're doing is you're trying to make your friend feel worse by saying that, right?
Right.
And so that's why I don't get the whole trash talking thing at all with people that you're really friendly with. If you know that they truly care about it, why would you throw a little jab? Why would you kick them when they're down? It's just, I don't get that, but I think there are some friends out there that enjoy back and forth. Now, 4 days later, maybe so, right? Maybe so. Maybe I could say, I don't know, but not right afterwards. I don't get that.
I think for me it depends on like genuinely how close you are with that friend. Like I've got 2 friends, and one is in this building that if I wanted to, after he's gone through a loss with like the Cowboys or whatever, I wouldn't just go like, because this is not me, I wouldn't go and just like hammer it the whole time, but it'd be like, nice performance from the Cowboys today. Like, like something like that. It depends on how close you are.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very thin list, and it's because I also could take it back. But for the most part, yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I in my mind, if you are having a good time with my being down, we're not real friends.
Mm-hmm. It's only if I expect it back.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have that relationship. If that person has never done that to you, why would you just, like, throw tomatoes at that guy?
Yeah.
Give us your...
But I appreciate people who try to make me feel better. It just know that it's not going to work.
Yeah. Give us your college football or really just sports fandom pet peeves on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. That's just one. That could be a fun list today. Give us those. Also, hey Jamie, what are you doing on November 26th at 7:20? Will you be sitting beside me during a Texas Tech
I will not.
TCU game?
Not. You are not allowed.
2 teams are. Your team's gonna win in the regular season. It's the Bills and Chiefs.
Yeah, you're not allowed in the press box. Go to the house.
We've never watched a Chiefs and Bills game together. More next.
We never.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Chalupa, we'll get to your text. I think it's hilarious. Just wanted him to know. Okay, so my question for you gentlemen today cannot be answered by Texas Tech winning the national championship, winning a college football playoff game, anything like that. You cannot answer that.
Clint, pay attention.
Okay.
You cannot answer Texas Tech.
Arkansas.
No, you can answer Texas Tech. This is about Texas Tech. There's no way around it, okay? But you just can't say, I want them to win the national championship. What would you like to see the Red Raiders do on the field better this year than they did last year? Last year was a really good year, so there are not many things to pick apart.
Don't lose 2 games. Don't lose 2 games.
It's just a stupid look on his face.
You started it. You goaded me into that.
Stupid look on his face, like you knew he couldn't do it. He couldn't.
I got it out of my system. Okay.
And when you have that look on your face, you kind of remind me like of Humpty Dumpty.
Well, because you want to push me over and you want me to have a great fall.
I don't know. That look of like.
You want me to not be able to be put together?
His face gets long, Jeff. It's like he is fighting back the
Old long face, huh?
Yeah, he gives us the long face. He is fighting so hard back the sarcasm that it's just
skinniest my face has ever looked. Yeah.
Just something for you guys to think about. I want you to picture Humpty Dumpty right now.
Yeah, okay.
No one ever said he was an egg.
Yeah, he was just big and white, and I am wearing a white shirt and round, so he's just portly.
You're going to put Humpty Dumpty back together again?
I'm confused.
How does that nursery rhyme go?
Yeah, he had
Humpty Dumpty gets
they called
knocked
all the
off his
king's men and all the king's horses and
couldn't
stuff.
put him back together.
What were the horses going to do? They were going to be like, you're not doing it right.
I'm just saying, no one ever said he was an egg. Anyhow, so are your actual answer?
What I want is I want better red zone performances. There are. It's not just one thing that I want to see different. Like, I would like your offensive line. They were good. Like, this is going to sound like I thought they were bad last year. No, they were good. I want them to truly dominate this year. I would love to see you be more consistently explosive offensively instead of just like in spurts. But like the number one thing on the list is just be better in the red zone. Change those 3s to 7s on a more consistent basis. And I think that was something, and I think you can do this with a healthy Will Hammond too, with the use of his legs. But I think that was, to me, was one of the biggest things with getting Brendan Sorsby. Is he seemed like a quarterback, like in short yardage situations, big third downs, goal lines, things like that. That with his physical ability and his size and his ability to be used in the running game added something that you clearly did not have last year offensively. Now, still, you could have been better in the red zone. You just, at times, it felt like you got in your own way. And I don't know, sometimes it felt like it was play calling. Sometimes it felt like it was just, dude, don't get whooped on that play. Like, just go be a bigger, better dude, because you had athletic freaks offensively. And when it came to, within the 20-yard line, sometimes you forgot about that. So that is absolutely my number one.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of different reasons for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned play calling. I think at times your offensive line got manhandled. I think at times your quarterback wasn't great. At times we saw drops by your wide receivers.
Sometimes, even before you ran a play, you were like, oh, there's a false start. Let's make this 7 yards away instead of 2.
I feel like the only people that I don't want to blame is the running backs. I don't feel like it was on the running backs not running hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Jeff, you got anything different? Because I think that's the answer that most people would probably throw out there.
It's along the lines, although I don't know that it's not exactly the same. I've said this repeatedly with regards to the 2 games you struggled the most in. You stopped being aggressive in those games. I don't feel like you were aggressive against Oregon. They may have been the better team. I don't feel like you were aggressive offensively with them.
I definitely think they were the better team.
I don't.
Mm-hmm. Arizona State, different deal.
Arizona State. Mm-hmm. You stopped when you went aggressive at the end of that game. You were being successful, and it was we need to go win this game now. And all of a sudden, the offense started clicking, and some of that is play calling. Some of that is relying too much on the defense, I feel like. The defense is going to get 5 turnovers, and you're going to get the ball inside the 5 at some point and just walk one in. If that was what the game plan was, no. Go attack the defense. When you did that, you were really good at it.
Yeah, I like both of your answers. I think they're great, and I think they probably are 2 things that should be at the top of the list. One other one that for me that jumps out, and it's partially just because I like this part of football. It's fun to me. It's entertaining, and I feel like we haven't had it in recent years. As a great punt returner, I would like to see Tech be better in the return game, punting wise. Okay, I think we showed last year in the kick return game you were pretty good. Okay, but punting, I feel like it was all about fair catches. It was just fair catch, fair catch, fair catch. I just, there's something that like riles up a crowd and gets them going and gets them excited and gives you a bunch of your offense a bunch of momentum when you get a good punt return. And I would just love to see us. And I think Kenny Johnson, the Pitt receiver, is a guy that has been really good in the return game, both kick and punt. And I wonder if we'll use him in that way this year, and we'll see an improvement in that area.
It's not like you were, or it's not that you just weren't overly explosive in the punt return game. Sometimes you were a little shaky in it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why that was, but. Because the best return, or at least the most impactful return you had, was Coy Aiken against Arizona State, because at the time it leads to the second touchdown, and you score a play 2 plays later, whatever that was. But for the most part, that's interesting.
Yeah. I can prove that punt returns are awesome.
5 punts, 49-yard average for Skates, and here he goes. Puts his foot into it. This one a wobbler, towards the right side of the field. Welker takes it at the 11. He's going to try to get to the right sideline, breaks a tackle. He's got running room at the 30, the 35-40. He's in midfield, the 45-40. He may go. 25, 10, touchdown Red Raiders. Oh my goodness. 89 yards on the punt return, and Tech has the lead.
How long would that call be if you were having to run 89 yards? Because I think mine would be a lot longer, even without a defense.
I've never been more sunburned than I was that day in College Station. That was awesomeness.
Boom, 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 coming up next.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
That's a lot of pressure to hold up to the standards of the Power Hour.
Yeah, no doubt. And Resident Aggie said, Viking, I hate to say it, but you had a pretty weak Power Hour yesterday. I think he meant Friday.
Well, yeah,
I
it's here on
expect
Friday.
You to step it up.
Well, really? On Friday,
Yeah.
I thought we had a really fun Power Hour because we just talked about the Sonic Cup the whole time.
Yeah, that was,
it was
pretty
less
powerful.
less of a Power Hour and more of just like chasing the shiny object of just randomly thrilled about.
That's usually how the Power Hour goes.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
No, he might be confusing you with Bro.
How dare you?
Bro was very serious in the Power Hour yesterday.
Okay, I think you should start the Power Hour off with Chalupa's comments
Yes.
on the Yates Flooring Center chat line.
We'll start here with the Yates Flooring Center chat line and Chalupa's comment on it.
Yeah, this was back to our conversation about pet peeves as a sports fan.
I hate when you are watching a game and there's that one guy who has 1 million questions during the game. You get 2 questions with me, and then I tell you to write them down and mail them to Chuck Heinz because I don't have time to answer your blank.
I think this is hilarious. And that's just, some people like, I think it's different when you go to a game because it's not like you're conversing a bunch with the people around you, right? You maybe are your family or your friend, whoever you went to the game with, but just rando people, you're not conversing with them that much. At least I'm not. Mr. Heinz probably is, okay? But one of the things that Chuck does that I think is great and it's fun for him and all the above that would just drive me nuts is the group chats with friends on the phone during the game. Okay?
Yeah.
Like the group texts, I should say. Group texts where he's texting with 4 or 5 of his buddies from college, and I assume it's during KU games or Chiefs games or whatever, and they're commenting on just like holding in their own little sports talk show when you want to watch the game. I mean, like that, just torture. Just torture. I can't imagine that I would mute that group text so fast.
I'm in a couple, and it's only because it's not constant.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes, like, if you have, like I think the most that I texted in that group was during the Arizona State game of last year, whenever you're back in it, and we're all just losing our minds, but it's not like in the middle of the second quarter, like dissecting every Will Hammond throw or something like that.
Yeah.
But here's my question to Chalupa. Like, I've never been in a situation where I have been watching a game with someone and they've been asking a bunch of questions. I think of this is a brand new movie to both of us. I don't know the answer of who that character is.
Yes.
Maybe we should watch a little longer and they'll
stop
probably
talking
say
and you
their
can
name.
figure it out. Yeah.
I have been in situations like that. So is it like asking well, why did they throw it there? Or why was that a first down?
Yeah, I don't know. Or
is it asking basic
how many
rules,
downs?
or
How many downs do you get to get the 10 yards?
what's a touchdown?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what would be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not usually around a lot of people when I'm watching games that really matter to me. So.
Yeah. We had this for Jamie's question today. We had another finish in the red zone. We had this is great. This is excellent. When you say better red zone performances, are you referring to choreographed celebrations after touchdowns so they work on during practice? Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Oh man, did you see?
Do you think, just with everything that is I'm going to just say this. I don't fear this, but I wonder if some Red Raider fans do. With all the negativity towards us, where it feels like the world of college football hates you, the Big 12, your Big 12 opponents, quote unquote partners in this conference, it appear all want to do anything they can to keep you from winning like you're winning right now. And the conference commissioner that doesn't feel like he's real big on smoothing everything over. Also, do you fear that like Tech's going to start getting hosed by calls in Big 12 games? I mean, do you fear that at all? Are you?
Not really.
I guarantee you Choice Woodman does.
Yeah, we had somebody text us this, but this was, I think, even before the Big 12 Media Day stuff, asking about that. And I have a hard time believing that it's going to be to that level.
I don't think so either, but
the first time a call doesn't go your way.
I know. I'm just saying I'm not blocking it out like, no, that's never going to happen. I don't know.
The first time you have like a touchdown taken on him or like a pass interference that could go either way.
Well, the reason that you made me think about it was the choreographed touchdowns, right? And so, like, are we going to be hit with the, celebration penalty that, maybe another team kind of gets away with? Are we going to get stuff like that?
There's only one way to find out.
I know. That's right.
Score a bunch of touchdowns
and see if they flag us.
Do as many celebrations as you can.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite choreographed touchdown dance?
Just the spike, and then you kind of wiggle your knees in and out.
It looked like me when I was 5 when I had to use the bathroom. That's exactly how I moved.
That one.
Yeah,
that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that exact one.
Yeah, that's good. I liked the Seahawks. Was it last year or a couple years ago when they were really diving into that? Like they had the Backstreet Boys choreographed one. Like they were doing like the bye 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 and stuff. Oh, that stuff was good. Always a fan of the classic group Grenade. I like that one.
Yes, except for when we took so much grief for it when we were playing. Who were we playing in random bowl game? Was it Army? Was it Air Force? I think it was Air Force. I can't even remember. Gosh, I'm so old. And it was in Houston. It was in Houston, and we were beating up on them pretty good, and we did that, and it was not taken well by everybody else. Yeah, because we were playing a military institute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like something that was probably blown out of proportion.
But
Thank you.
I honestly would just wish they could remove the end zone goalpost as a prop and let the guys use an athletic ability to dunk the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I'm anti-prop. Yeah. Just remove the goalpost.
Yeah, that's not a prop.
My boy Tony Gonzalez.
He liked to dunk it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he played basketball at Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you only get to do that if you've played basketball. How about that?
Yeah. Wasn't he teammates with Jason Kidd?
Ooh, that I don't know.
I think he was.
More of the Morning Drive coming up next.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet973.com.